As promised, here is a video where I'll walk you through how to work problems 1 and 2 on the solving density worksheet. Before we can even start, it's important to make sure we know exactly what it is they're asking us to do. So let's read the question together first. Number 1 says a piece of silver has a mass of 72 grams and a volume of 9 centimeters cubed. What is the density of a piece of silver? So let's go ahead and underline and circle our important information. I'm going to do this in black. So we know our mass, 72 grams. So let's go ahead and circle 72 grams. We have our volume. Our volume is 9 centimeters cubed. And we are looking for the density. Since we're looking for density, I can come up here to the formula triangle. And remember, we can cover up density, and we're left with mass divided by volume. Now, on the back of your worksheet, which I don't have displayed here on my screen, is where we would show our work for number 1. I'm going to show you how to set up problems using formulas. That is a way the middle school teachers in 7th and 8th grade, high school teachers, and even college professors are kind of expecting you to do your work. So I'm going to go and set that up over here on the side. So number 1, I'm going to try to write on my screen here. We'll see how that looks. We set up our formula first. So we're going to have density equals mass divided by volume. Not the best handwriting, guys. It doesn't work too well when I write on the screen of my laptop. So this is where we show how we're going to solve the problem. Underneath that, I'm going to rewrite the density formula, but instead of putting M and V, I'm going to make that look more like a D. There we go. We're going to have the values that we used for mass and volumes, and those are the ones from the question. So 72 grams, I'm going to rewrite that here. For some reason, I can't write on the screen, so I'm going to try to use the mouse. 72 grams over the volume, which the question said was 9 centimeters cubed. Hope you guys can read that. So changed these are called variables because mass could be anything depending on what the situation is. Volume can be anything depending on what the situation is. But we're getting these numbers from the problem. Now, the last thing we need to do is actually the toughest part, which is come up with your answer. So underneath here, density equals, and I'm going to let y'all think about it for a second. What is 72 divided by 9? If you know your mental math, you can do that really fast in your head, but the answer is 8. The unit of measurement for density, maybe you guys haven't memorized that yet, but if you have it, you already wrote it down. It's right here. Grams per centimeter cubed. That's why I tell you guys, it's so important to always put units after your measurements, because if you do that, especially for density, your unit of measurement is already taken care of for you. So all I have to do is add grams per centimeter cubed for our unit of measurement. Now, so that I know you're finished and that you know what you're talking about, put a box around the answer for me. That's where I'm going to look and see if you know what you're doing. Now, for your records, I want you to go ahead and also write the answer back on the front of the worksheet. 8 grams per centimeter cubed, excuse me. And there you go. That is how you work out number 1. You do all 3 of these steps. I know it seems like, God, why am I doing so much work? I get that, guys, but very soon you're not going to be using numbers. You're going to be doing algebra where you're going to have letters representing what numbers are supposed to be. And if you set things up like this now and you get in the habit, things are going to be a lot easier for you when you get into algebra. So let's go and take a look at number 2 now. Number 2 says a block of wood has a mass of 360 grams. So we can probably underline mass and circle the 360 grams already because we're working with density. And a density, oh, they're giving us a density this time. Density of 60 grams per centimeter cubed. So we are looking for volume this time around. So I'm going to move this up a little bit, give myself a bit more room to work out number 2. There we go. Now I got space here. You guys are going to do number 2 on the back of the worksheet. You should be able to see the section that has the number 2 on it. I know there's a number 8 there, guys. That's just because if I divide the paper up into 8 sections, it makes it easy. If I try to divide into 7, that doesn't work so well. So you don't have to worry about doing anything in section 8. Okay, so let me go ahead and set up for question 2. Still using black, so here we go. Pen tool. Question 2. Well, formula. What formula are we going to use? We're looking for volume. So if you cover up the volume, looks like we're going to do mass divided by density. Okay, so let me go and set that up. Volume equals mass divided by density. So that's step 1, formula. Let's start rewriting it down here at the bottom. Volume equals, okay, our mass is 360 grams, so 360. And make sure I put my unit of measurement, grams, divided by 60 grams per centimeter cubed. In math class, I don't know if they've taught you this or if any of your elementary school teachers mentioned this, but if you have, for example, a fraction where you have like 2 over 2, that simplifies to 1. If you have 10 over 10, that simplifies to 1 also. Well, notice here we have grams over grams. That simplifies to 1, so we can cross these out. And the only unit of measurement we have left over is centimeters cubed. And if you think about it, guys, in this other question, centimeters cubed was the measurement for volume. So that already proves to me we have our numbers in the right spot. Our answer is going to be a volume answer. That's why units of measurement are so important. Here's another reason why. So all we have to do is the math. Here's another thing that maybe math teachers never taught you guys, but if you have a 0 in the ones place for 2 answers, one above the other in a fraction, you can cross those out. Because 360 divided by 60 is going to be the same thing as 36 divided by 6. And if you can do mental math, 36 divided by 6 is 6. So our answer is going to be 6 centimeters cubed. Because volume, remember, is length times width times height. So our answer should be centimeters cubed with the 3 as the exponent. Let's put a box around it. Let's show Mr. V we know what we're doing. That's a terrible box. Hey, look at that. Computer fixed it for me. Thank you, computer. And now I can write my answer here in the front. 6 centimeters cubed. And that is how we work out number 2. So if we come back here real fast, guys, and look at the formula triangle, we already took care of the division symbol between mass and density. We took care of the division symbol between mass and volume, but you're going to get a question that's going to ask you to solve for mass. So I hope you remember that between the density and volume is a multiplication sign. So if you're solving for mass, it's density times volume. And by the way, your worksheet doesn't have this as a capital V. I didn't write the worksheet, guys. Otherwise, there is no way I would have made that lowercase. So if you want to fix it and make it a capital V like I did already here, feel free to do so. So I'm going to let you guys go ahead and do the other 5 problems on your own. I'm sure you can handle it. You guys are really smart. And I will see you very, very soon. Thank you very much.